Hey guys, it's Katie at scrapandkatie.ctmh.com, and I am going to put together one of the March 2020 Craft with Heart layouts to show you how easy they come together and to show you how you can adapt them. So each Craft with Heart kit comes with enough to make two-page layouts, as well as a sticker sheet and a die cut sheet. I am just punching out all the die cuts here for layout 1 and 2. And both the sticker sheet and the die cut sheet are labeled, so you'll know which goes with which. I just find it's easier on those die cuts to go ahead and punch those out and then put them in piles. Even though I'm only going to make layout 1 today, I can have all of those elements for layout 2 already punched and ready to go when I am ready to make that layout. So I've pulled a couple of photos that I want to use for this layout. Again, we're doing layout 1, which is that top layout. And then I'm just going to take the other elements that are included in the kit and kind of separate those out, put those aside since we won't be using them. The good thing about the Craft with Heart subscription is you can get it monthly every 4 months, or if you sign up for the annual subscription, you still get 4 months at a time. And everything is done for you. The guesswork, it comes with a completely illustrated instruction guide, as well as these pre-printed bases. I love that the bases look like they're paper pieced, but they're not. So right here, the instructions told me to take those long border stickers and put them across the bottom. I decided to use just or leave just a slight border at the very bottom instead of putting them flush with the bottom edge. And then now I'm going to try and play with my photo placement to kind of see where I can put those flowers and if I'm going to put the flowers where Close to My Heart suggests. So I've got a couple of photos of my daughter. It was kind of busy right after she was born, so we did not get professional photos done. So I made this headband for her and then decided to have her own little photo shoot. I know probably most of you watching have at least done that once or twice with your little loved one. And so these photos literally have been printed for years. She's no longer a baby. And I just love that this Craft with Heart kit made me get these photos out and actually finally put them on layouts. So I'm really unsure about my photos at this moment. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions on all these flower and leaf embellishments. So I'm just going to lay those out. Those are the die cuts. And make sure that I have the right sizes for the right layouts. And then I'm going to pull the sticker sheet and I'm going to start laying those down as well. This is kind of a long process. I've sped it up a little bit so you guys don't have to sit here and watch what I do. But I did realize that in order to make them stand off the page, I need to ink distress them. And I've just got some toffee ink from Close to My Heart as well as a sponge dauber, but you can use whatever method of ink distressing works for you. I'm also pop dotting just the flower part, I guess, of these leaves. And I'm leaving the sticker part flush with the layout, if that makes sense. I'll show you here in a second just what kind of dimension that does for this layout. And I just love that part of it is adhered straight down to the layout, and then the other is pop dotted with whatever means. I'm using the inside of a shaker window foam sheet to add dimension to mine. So I'm just adding the flower components as shown on that illustration right there to the right on my table. And again, I am just ink distressing every little piece of flower and or leaves that I'm putting on there. And again, using 3D foam tape for those smaller flowers. And so now I've got that top one done. It does say to adhere stickers right in between those pre-printed title. And so it says hold tight to this moment. So I just added 2 in this. I'm loving the black blocked sentiments of this particular kit. This is from the Yesterday and Today line that just came out March 1st, 2020 for Close to My Heart. It's definitely going to be a great seller. So if you do not want to do the Craft with Heart subscription like I'm doing now, Close to My Heart also offers the paper packet along with the sticker sheet, and then you can also buy a full scrapbooking workshop that comes with die cuts, some embellishments, and you can get it with page protectors or not. So if you have those old photos, you can use this kit as well as just the scrapbooking kit that Close to My Heart offers to get those finally in albums. And also, you do not have to use sepia or black and white toned photos. I'm hoping to make that second layout with just regular color photos and show you how that looks. So again, I am just gluing down the flower components for that bottom right. And then now that I have those in place, I'm going to start playing with these 2 photos. So as you can see, there's some color variation with these 2 photos. One is a 4x6 and it's got, it truly is a color photo. I know it looks sepia, but that's just because she's on our brown sheet on our bed, as well as she has that bow, which is all the neutral browns and tans. And then that bottom photo is more of a sepia color. I just cut those photo mats to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 and then 4 1/4 inch square. I love that the photo mats are white, so they're going to stand out against that French vanilla kind of graph paper base, but they're going to match that title for the hold tight and the moment. And I just love the starkness of the white against these browns. So I am just adhering those down with my ATG gun, but you could use any adhesive. And then the instructions tell me to add these smaller borders around the photo. Now you can see that the photo in the illustration is a 4x6 portrait photo. These little thin strips are on the left and the right of the photo, but I can still make this work by putting it at the top and the bottom and then just trimming off the excess on that bottom part of the photo, since that 4x4 photo is kind of hiding that edge. These are some die cut tags, and the instructions say to trim those down and have those peeking out from the side of the photo. I was trying to do it as in the illustration off the right side, but I just didn't leave enough room for that one tag that says love. So I'm going to ink these up again with the toffee ink and the sponge dauber. I cut the bottoms off so they'll slide underneath that 4-inch square photo. And then I can save the rest of those tags for maybe some more embellishments. These I am not adding any sort of dimension to. I am just adhering them directly down onto the layout. That love tag I've kind of catty cornered. And then I realized that I really like to put ribbon on tags. The photo on the illustration does not have any sort of ribbon, and it looks good, but I just want to add some sort of textile, I guess, to this layout because it's just got so much going on, and especially since her bow is full of ribbons. So I've pulled out the golden white skinny ribbon and I'm trying to make that work. I just can't get a bow tied that I'm comfortable with. So I trimmed that off and then grabbed some burlap ribbon, and I'm going to tie a pretty little bow with that. As you can see, I left some of that golden white skinny ribbon, and I'm going to tie a knot on the center because I love that that skinny ribbon has that gold aspect to it, because here in just a second, I'm going to add some gold glitter gems. So I want that gold to come over into those gems. So the next thing is there is another blocked out sentiment down below by that 4-inch photo. And then I hope you can see the dimension of those flowers when only part of the flower is pop dotted. So now I'm going to work on that right side layout. Again, I am just going to ink distress this journaling card as well as the flowers. Unlike the other layout, I went ahead and ink distressed all of these flowers. And what I'm doing there with my micro tip scissors is just cutting off those little tabs that are left from punching them out. That's what holds the little flowers onto the carrier sheet so they just don't fall loose down in your bag. So this journaling card, I do want to add journaling lines. So instead of using my T-ruler, I am going to pull out my cutter and then just use that steel bar to make 1/4 inch journaling lines with my journaling pen. So you're just going to move that card, and all I'm doing is I'm looking at that right side of the journaling card, and I'm just moving it 1/4 inch and then drawing a line. It doesn't have to be perfect, just something that I can journal on about these photos and what was going on with I guess our family when she was this little. It was quite different having a girl around. If you're a follower of mine, you know that we were a house full of boys for a long time. And then this cute little girl came along and we kind of just didn't know what to do with her. Sometimes still don't know what to do with her. She is definitely a tomboy, but then she also has that side that loves to wear the frilly skirts and colors and glitter and tulle and everything else. I really enjoy it. So here I am just inking up some more of these. These aren't really leaves. They're kind of those little fuzzy flowers. I don't know what to call them. But I'm inking those up, making sure that I'm adding that 3D foam tape to the back of the flower part, just so those kind of stick up. And again, I am just following the guide that was given, just kind of following along the pictures. The stickers are not labeled as to what grouping they go with, but you can easily tell, or just kind of do your own thing. That center flower, I'm kind of lifting it up because I know that whatever photo I use, I want it to go underneath that little that little flower swag at the top. And so I am just backing these 4x6 photos with white daisy cardstock again to carry over from that left layout. And I've cut those photo mats to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And I am just using regular adhesive to adhere those down. I'll show you here in a second how I decided which photo to go where. Is on the other layout, if you remember, that regular colored photo was at the top and then that sepia square photo was down at the bottom. So on this particular layout, I just switched their placement to kind of add, our eyes tend to do this left to right, top to bottom thing. And so I'm just helping the viewer's eyes to kind of do that in a natural way. Again, I'm just adding some flowers and leaves over the bottom portion of that bottom photo. And then I'm almost done with the leaves. Here I am inking up the last few, and it's going to go down in that bottom right corner of this layout behind that journaling spot, or that journaling card. And again, I'm using the residual off of that sponge dauber. I love that the sponge dauber kind of holds ink for a while. So there's no really need to ink up the sponge dauber every time I want to edge distress. So that is a little metal tag that goes on the journaling card, and then the final black blocked out sentiment. I wanted the ribbon to carry over to this layout as well. So I've just pulled a little bit of that, what is that? Not the golden white striped ribbon, but that other, and I've tucked it behind that flower. And then I decided that I want the golden white striped ribbon as well. So I'm just tying a knot and then making some tails and kind of tucking it here and there to decide where I want it. And I want it on that right coming out of that flower, kind of in the same direction as those little puffy flower things. So I'm going to adhere that down with liquid Tombow adhesive. And then now you can see that I'm going to take some gold shimmer brush and just add some gold shimmer to the center of those flowers. Here in just a second, I'm going to try to get it where the light catches that gold so you can tell that it's shimmer. And there it is. I hope you could see that. So I've got that gold on there, the gold in the ribbon, and then I'm also going to pull out my gold glitter gems. Those come with the scrapbooking kit sold by Close to My Heart for yesterday and today. They do not come with this Craft with Heart subscription, but I love that I can pull from my stash on these Craft with Heart subscriptions and kind of make it my own and add what I want to add. I love to use up my stash, get rid of it and make room for more. And then there is the layout.